I spent the first 20 or so years of my career being a dedicated CFO or controller, whatever the top financial person for small to mid-sized business. And about 8 years ago, I decided I really love working with small business, and what I want to do is provide, CFO services to them. And so I started out in Colorado, and we provide bookkeeping services with the CFO oversight and taxes. Most of my clients now, which I have about 30 that we work with on a regular basis, I would say 95% of them are in Colorado, although I'm in Indiana. It's gone really well, and I have especially in 2020, helped a lot of clients with navigate the PPP and the other things that they can do and navigate trying to stay in business during this time period. Well, as the firm grew a little bigger after, a few years, I started hiring people part-time, and then the latest full-time, and I had, nothing but trouble with them. They wouldn't follow the procedures. I mean, they'd go off on their own sometimes. Not that they didn't follow any of the procedures, but, and then the last person we had was supposed to be full-time, and she just didn't work for like a week or so. And it has to be virtual. I'm not going to hire somebody here or have them come to my house. So it's certain types of people that can work at home and will work, I guess. And I just got tired of the attitude, of people knowing so much. I had one that didn't have a degree, but she knew more about filing taxes and doing everything than me, and I just got tired of that. My husband, Mark, who is very much my partner, he's a programmer, and CFO Forward is branching out into offering, automation using Caspio, but he suggested maybe we try some offshore hiring. And he did a lot of research on different firms and different ways that you could hire offshore, with India being, the obvious place, since there's a lot of English speaking people there, and there's a lot of people available to hire. And he looked through all the firms, and we kind of settled on Entigrity. And I was thinking that you guys sounded the best. So I joined that webinar, and I did, learn some more things about Entigrity, about offshore staffing. And I don't know if it was the same day or the day after, I reached out to you and said, let's talk. And we did. And you connected me with the people, and they connected me. They gave me 4 resumes. They all looked good. And I picked 2 of them I thought looked the best, and I interviewed 2 people. And we interviewed, one of them was Ankit, and he's our team lead. I just promoted him because we've just hired a 3rd person that started today. Wow. Just because I'm still working like 90% of my waking hours, and that's just not having a life. So, that's how we got into it. And Ankit, we were so happy with his work that we hired for 10 hours a week, an admin assistant. Well, it only took us about a month to get to full time, and he's doing our bookkeeping and things like that. And the other guy we just hired is another accountant with tax experience and, lots of QuickBooks experience. And it wasn't so much on the interview that I have do's and don'ts. I definitely have do's and don'ts after having worked with them. But, one thing people have to understand is English isn't their first language, and it's okay to say, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. but it's not that difficult. The communication is not that difficult. But there are sometimes they say things, especially when they switch from one subject to another. I had to have one of them repeat himself a couple times. It might have been our new guy in the interview, or when I was, anyway, who cares? But
how about the quality of the staff that you were presented? Did you? Can you talk about that?
Yes, the quality is very high. Both of my accountants that Ankit and now Parth, he's just new, so learning his name. Have a master's degree in accounting, have experience with tax and general accounting, especially with QuickBooks. So yes, I would say they're very high quality. In working with them, I have just not worked with too many people with as good attitudes as they have. They want to, understand, do the processes, the way they're supposed to do it. It's just great. You never get any attitude or somebody that thinks they know more. All the guys that we've hired have had about 4 years experience. So they're kind of junior, but that works well with me because I like to teach people and they're very eager to learn. And the thing that Ankit said in his interview that really, I was looking to hire a lead. Because I don't know, it was you in the webinar or something I read saying that's the right way to start, and then you build the team from him. And so what I did is I had Ankit interview 2 people, I think it was 2 for each position, and he told me which his first and second choice was, and I had agreed with him. I mean, the first one was somebody he referred. And so I figured he knows him. He's not going to mess up the relationship we have because he and the other guys are getting a great opportunity to learn a lot of things, from a CPA.
There are a lot of security concerns. There always are, especially when dealing with any kind of secure, confidential client information. Unfortunately, in this world, there's really no such thing as absolute security. You cannot be 100% certain. So we take what steps we can to minimize risk, and we control access to information.
We investigated what Entigrity does to keep risk down.
Right.
The guys, and right now it's guys, although we can say that in America, and it can be a mixed group.
Right.
I would love to.
There's different culture out there.
Yeah, I'd love to get a woman on the team and give her an opportunity. But Mark looked into it. No cell phones.
No USB ports.
Yeah, no flash drives or anything.